Hey guys, what's up? Spectre here, and I'm never buying another Nintendo Joy-Con ever again, and you shouldn't either. These are my last pair of official Joy-Con controllers, and no, these aren't the original ones that came with my console. In fact, I've replaced them twice because of drift, something that all too many of you can probably relate to. This growing and frankly unchecked issue causes involuntary controller inputs, specifically from the joysticks, which, depending on severity and frequency, can really hinder your overall gaming experience. And so I went looking for a third-party alternative, one that would also be a bit more comfortable with all the handheld slicing and dicing that I've been doing in Monster Hunter Rise. And I landed upon the Binbok Joypad controllers. And this specific model, which I've linked below, omits the paddles in the back, and a lot of heft in exchange for a sleeker profile that's actually flush with the back of the Switch, and just all around more portable, and it still manages to pack quite a few features. We'll start off with the real eye-grabbing features first. Yes, there are RGB accents on each controller, and they can be set to static colors by holding down a single button and then clicking the thumbsticks. You can also cycle through some effects this way or just shut them off entirely. These can be mixed and matched as they're addressed individually on each controller. The vibration intensity can be adjusted as well, or even shut off entirely. Each side also features a turbo button, which many might consider cheating, but one example of what you can do with it is hold down the turbo button and press the right trigger once, which will allow you to simulate pressing it over and over again, which is great for bow users, for example, in Monster Hunter Rise. Doing the same once more will simulate it being pressed over and over without your input at all. Each side features its own turbo button for your own nefarious uses, which again, some may condemn, but I do remind you that these triggers, no matter how well made, aren't impervious to wearing down over time, so maybe using them less could increase longevity of the product overall. In terms of button feel, the controllers feature a clicky D-pad, which is also an improvement over the larger model that I mentioned earlier that features paddles on the back, which I've heard come with a somewhat lower quality, mushy D-pad. I found the face buttons to be very similar to my wired Switch controller, not really leaving anything to be desired. The triggers are somewhat clicky as well, but there's an inconsistency in the sound. Take a listen. Having said all that, the Binbok controllers feel great to use, from the button and concave thumbstick feel to the actual shape. The much more ergonomic design is cradled nicely by your palms, and after taking my battery from full to just about drained playing Monster Hunter Rise in handheld, I can tell you that these are worlds better than the standard Joy-Con. They didn't leave my hands feeling cramped up after long sessions, and I didn't find myself letting go of one side or the other for relief amidst more heated play. A few questions I've received are battery related. The controllers each feature their own USB charging port along the bottom, meaning that the right Joy-Con loses its IR blaster, but on that note, they do retain motion control, so no worries there. They can be charged by the Switch itself while in handheld mode and docked, and I've never had one die out before the Switch itself, so no battery issues to report on that front either, even with the RGB and rumble on constantly while playing. So after speaking so highly about these controllers, there has to be a few drawbacks, right? Well, I've only found one, and it's a small one admittedly. While the vibration motor in the Binbok controllers are stronger than those found in the Nintendo Joy-Con, they're not as precise. You won't find anything close to HD rumble here. But aside from that, I found an incredible Joy-Con replacement in the Binbok Joypad controllers. Whether playing in handheld or wirelessly with the included connector piece, I vastly prefer these to the first-party Switch controllers. And I'm even kind of shocked to say that, as someone who grew up handing off third-party controllers to my younger siblings to play with. I wholeheartedly recommend them, and no, I don't have an affiliate link, and I bought these myself with my own money. I'm just overjoyed at the results, and I think you might like them too. If you're in the market for new Switch controllers, don't be shy and give these a go. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.